The Weber State men's basketball team has a rich and storied tradition. The Wildcats have won 20 Big Sky Conference regular season titles, 8 Big Sky Conference postseason tournament titles, and have advanced to the NCAA Division I men's basketball tournament 14 times, the most appearances by a Big Sky Conference team. The Wildcats have had a great tradition of coaches as well. Dick Motta, Phil Johnson, Gene Vischer, Neil McCarthy, and Ron A. Beglin. Each a member of the WSU Athletic Hall of Fame who put their stamp of success on the program. And current coach Randy Ray is continuing to build on that legacy. The road to the successful run on the four-year level began on the junior college level, with a second-place finish in the 1958 National Junior College Athletic Association Tournament in Hutchinson, Kansas, followed by a national championship the following year. A couple of Arizona transplants were at the heart of the Cats' success. Bruce Larson came aboard as the head coach in 1957-58 after guiding Eastern Arizona JC to a second-place finish in the 1957 NJCAA tournament. Larson brought with him Alan Holmes, a 6'3" forward who was the missing piece the Cats needed for their eventual success. In Larson's first season, the Wildcats compiled a 27-7 record and won the Intermountain Collegiate Athletic Conference title. They advanced to the National Junior College Tournament in Hutchinson, Kansas, where they won their first 3 games before bowing to Kilgore, Texas JC in the title game. Alan Holmes was named to the All-Tournament team and to the NJCAA All-America squad. With veterans Alan Holmes, Richard Connolly, Val Weathers, Gary Gardner, and Lauren Burton returning, the Wildcats looked strong heading into the 1958-59 season. Coach Larson picked up All-State players Gene Coons from Ogden High, Gordon Millerberg from Jordan High, Joe Carter from Rock Springs High, Lynn Hadfield from Weber High, and Ed Chatlin from Ben Lomond High, giving his team plenty of firepower. The Wildcats won 15 of their first 17 games of the 1958-59 campaign. The 2 losses came on the road at Arkansas City JC and Independence JC. The Wildcats repeated as ICAC champions, posting an 11-1 record, with the only loss coming at Boise JC. Travel in those days was mostly by car, creating unique challenges.
Just got through with the game at Boise, and we was coming back home. We had 2 cars. I was driving one, and Coach Larson was driving the other. And he was following, and I pulled over, and because the engine was showing some problem with the oil, and I stopped, and he come up and asked, and I told him that we got to put some oil in the car because it's not looking good. We're gonna have a problem. He says, "Hey, we got a game tonight. You got to get going." So we're going along, and all of a sudden the engine just seized right up, stopped, and he come up and asked. I said, "You needed oil. We should have got it. Now we're 1 car." He says, "We got a game, so you 5 starters and a couple of others of you, let's jump in this car and we'll get you back. And the rest of you, try and find a way." We got back in time and got everything set up. And just before the game started, everybody showed up and we all got dressed, went out and had our game.
Much of the team's success came from the phenomenal play of forward Alan Holmes. Holmes was virtually unstoppable and could pull up and shoot or drive with authority to the basket.
As I look back at my career, Alan Holmes was the most complete basketball player that I had the opportunity to coach.
The team manager, Bart Mifflin, kept the team and individual statistics and recalls Holmes didn't miss too many shots.
He was one of the best pure shooters I've ever seen. I've seen a lot of basketball games. Any day of the week, he could shoot 60% from the field and 90 to 95% from the foul line. He had a unique way. He'd get in the corner. He was deadly from the corner. And if a guy would guard him too close, he'd fake and just drive around and put it in. So the next time down, the guy would back off a little. He'd just sink a three-pointer. If we'd had the three-point shot, he would average 35 a game because he just didn't miss.
The Wildcats took a 28-4 record into the regional playoffs, where they faced a strong team from Phoenix JC, and had to win 2 of 3 games to advance to the NJCAA National Tournament. The Wildcats won the first game 60-58, but came back strong the next night to post a solid 72-47 win. Heading back to Hutchinson, Kansas for a second straight year, the Wildcats were picked, along with Paris, Texas JC, as the co-favorites to win the tournament. In the opening round, the Wildcats defeated Lindsey Nelson JC from Kentucky, led by 21 points from Gordon Millerberg. Alan Holmes had 18 points and 14 rebounds. In the quarterfinal game against Pratt, Kansas JC, Alan Holmes exploded for 40 points in an 81-66 win, outdueling Pratt center Don Steinhardt, who led the nation's junior colleges in scoring. In what would be the toughest game of the tournament, the Wildcats got 28 points from Alan Holmes in a 55-51 win over Cameron, Oklahoma JC. It was the second straight year the Cats had defeated Cameron in a semifinal game. In the championship game, Coach Larson recalls telling his team that it would be team defense that would make the difference.
In the national championship game, much of our philosophy was predicated on our ability to play defense, and I think at that time we might have been ranked number 1 in the country at national junior colleges in defense against scoring.
That defense, plus 31 points from Alan Holmes, gave the Wildcats a 57-47 win and the national championship.
Greatest memory I had was during the second half, and that goes to our 2 guards. They actually won the game for us. They had Mankato so bottled up trying to get the ball across midcourt that our job was easy. The rest of the team, all we had to do was just outscore them. We knew we was going to win the championship. There was no doubt in our mind.
Alan Holmes was named MVP of the tournament, and Joe Carter was named to the All-Tournament team. The Wildcats ended that historic season with a 34-4 record, giving them a 2-year total of 72 wins and only 11 losses.
Coach Larson, he knew what each player could do, and he used our talents to make us winners. It was fun. It was fun. I can't remember a greater experience that I've had in my life.